Hello everyone, today we're going to be reviewing and unboxing the Moga controller. I plan on... There's two models currently out. There's, the standard one, which is right here, and then there's the Pro. I plan on getting the Pro, reviewing that, and comparing it to this. Or maybe not, who knows. But we're going to unbox this, and I'm going to review it. So, right off the bat, I'm not sure if it's included with every controller, but you do get some free games. Free download Sonic CD and Pac-Man, which are compatible with this controller as far as I know. I mean, why would they put it on there? Alright, so I kind of already opened this up. It's actually really easy to open. You don't mangle the packaging or anything. I think. This is the problem with the instructions are right there, so I'm just going to skip ahead and show you all of it out. Alright, so here's everything unboxed. We have the controller, we have a little pouch for said controller, and we also have this little card right here. Now, I'm not going to show you that obviously, but it includes two games, but this is only one code, so I'm assuming both games are on the same code. You are going to need to download the Moga Pivot app in order to sell those games, and the Moga Pivot app is basically the way to use this thing properly, and it has a whole list of compatible games with this controller, so it's a nice little app to have. It's free. Here's the box. Just look in the back. Alright, looks good. Now let's just take a look at the controller right here. Out of its packaging. Hopefully I don't mangle this too much. Alright, there it is. Moga controller. Feels a little bit, it's kind of meh, but it feels like it'll work. There's some nice buttons here. Alright, stay tuned for the review. The review will be in slightly lower quality because I'm going to have to do it off the... Shit, ADHDing today. I'm gonna have to do it off the tablet camera because I'm using my phone, and my phone's gonna be used with the Android controller. So, yeah, sorry about that. All right, stay tuned. Alright, so it's been a while. Moga controller. Alright, so you guys just saw the unboxing, and it's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks. And, alright, so I've been using this thing for a while, wanted to give it a better chance. I didn't just want to review it on the fly and just play like a second of games, because I did discover something very interesting that I should warn you guys about. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So, welcome. This is the Moga Pocket. It is a Android controller, essentially. So on the back of the unit right here, we have these nice little grippy things. It's powered by two AAA batteries. Just put those down there so we don't lose them. It also has thumbsticks, which are necessary for shooters and platformers. It has shoulder buttons for the same purpose. Well, I mean, for the shooters at least. 4 face buttons, A, B, X, Y. It's laid out exactly like a Xbox 360 controller. Start and select. Power button to sync it up. Well, I mean the sync button at least. Or the sync button indicator, I really don't know. Because there's a power switch right here. Anyway. And this thing right here this can be a spot to put your phone. Now what you can do is you can either have your phone like this on some kind of pedestal. I have no idea. This is stupid. And you can play it like this. So if you're at like sitting at a table or something, you just play like that. Or hang on, this does require 2 hands at times. Now I'm using the HTC One. It's not actually in there all the way. So it just barely has enough space. So just to give you a comparison to that, it goes just slightly more. So there's just enough to hold this phone in place. And look. So yeah, that's pretty good. Nice and sturdy, so it really would have to be knocked out of your hand for it to be, well, knocked out of your hand, I suppose. Alright, so the other thing that you will need to have with the starting again. You need the Moga Pivot app to sync this thing up, and it's also a nice little app because it shows you all the games that you have that are compatible. So it actually is compatible with the Moga, so you can just scroll. Oh wait, no, it's not synced up. I'm a jackass. And that's the other thing. While we're waiting for it to sync up, it does take a while for this thing to sync up. I've heard the same things with the Moga Pro. I think it has something to do with just the. It might be the app itself. Now, while it's syncing up, I had an issue with this thing. This thing I think is defective. Now, there's a green light indicating it's connected. And shoulder buttons can navigate like that. Yep. Alright, so I noticed I had an issue. This thing has been having issues. Sometimes it's been desyncing. Sometimes it just won't connect at all. Other times it will just fine. I've changed the batteries and I've uninstalled the Moga app. And so far it's been going smoothly until today. This is the third take of this video, by the way. The first take was, and the second take was terrible. The first one, had shitty audio because the mic on this tablet is awful, so I'm using my Blue Snowball microphone. Anyway, it desynced right when I was loading between games, and the green light here was flashing like crazy. I turned it off, turned it back on. Now it's fine, but I don't know. Just to let you know, if you saw the unboxing, you would notice it comes with 2 games. Pac-Man is included with every single Moga Pocket. Sonic City is only included with when it's bought at certain areas. So I bought mine at Amazon. I think there's some other games. I might list them right here on the screen, or at least give you a link in the site. But yeah, there's some selection of what games you can get. You can get it, and there's actually some good free ones. It's not like some crappy ones, and they'll work with the Moga Pocket, of course. All right, so what the hell am I doing? I can't see. I'm going to slouch in my chair and then look at this because depth perception is terrible. So I'm going to shut the hell up and show you guys me playing some games, alright? Okay, and I think it just actually desynced right there. Yeah, it did. Maybe it's because I got out of a game app. That might be it. Alright, so I'm just going to play some games though. Alright, this is Modern Combat 4. It actually resynced when I loaded this thing up, so I think that was the thing. It just desyncs. Probably to save battery life. So that's actually kind of cool. I'm going to start the campaign. And to show you I'm not a liar, as you can see, I'm moving, I'm playing. And it'll even show the controls right there. And unfortunately, you can't see it because this camera is crappy, and so is its microphone. I mean, goddamn, I paid $1,000 for this tablet. Alright, whatever. Anyway. So yeah, I mean, if you have a tablet choice, don't get the Windows Pro. This thing also works with tablets. Get a good Android one. I would suggest. Now it doesn't look this shitty. It's again the camera. It's running solid. This is again running on the HTC One. I'm not moving with the analog. I'll put it with the movement stick. Now I have, let's just actually get through this. Alright, so that's Modern Combat 4. I'm going to turn it down a bit so I can explain something. Ah! Quick, evasive action! So, it's farther away anyway. So, I heard some issues with another game, Dead Trigger, and apparently there's quick time events in that game, but they keep it to prompts on the touch screen. So you'd have to have your hand out and then touch the screen in order to not get bitten. They're like things like where you can actually die if you don't do it correctly. So that actually kind of sucks. So I would really recommend checking the lists and making absolutely sure that your favorite games are going to work with this thing, because, and I mean, that's just a small example of a game that works, but like it has an issue. So I just make sure you would hit against my keyboard. Just double check everything. Make sure it's completely compatible the way you like it. I mean, if you're fine with just having it, like, I mean, you're right up to it, so you can just hit the screen like that. But still, again, just a little cautionary reminder. Alright, we're going to boot it up with an emulator, and then we'll try it out with another game, and then I'll just give you my final thoughts. Alright, cool. Alright, so this is the Super G NES running Castlevania Dracula X. Now, there was an issue I just had. The controller seemed to desync, but so did the sound just not come out for this game. I don't know what the hell happened. Maybe it was something to do with my phone. Anyway. One important thing to note is that, as far as I know, this thing is not going to be compatible with your PC. So if you guys were thinking of doing that, there's no USB port on the back of it, because this thing runs on AA, so it doesn't need to be powered, and I just died. Great. So I don't think it's going to be possible. It also runs via Bluetooth. For those of you who are wondering, it requires 2.3 and up. Android 2.3 and up, excuse me. Now, I'm terrible at Castlevania when I'm not paying attention. Now, you might notice it's a little shaky in my hand, but really that's almost the camera just exaggerating it. It really doesn't feel that shaky at all, and I'm someone who's really picky over how my games perform. So if you guys are thinking, oh god, this is going to be too difficult, no, it holds the thing nicely, it's fine. Actually doing kind of well. Alright, I'll come back and show you guys Sonic CD. Yeah, I'll definitely show you Sonic CD now, because I'm just died. Alright, so this is the free game I got, Sonic CD. Now, the problem is with a lot of Sonic games people didn't like is because they were touch control based. A lot of people were just like, ugh. Turned a lot of people off. I really don't have a problem with it. I'm screwing myself over here. There we go. Anyway. The controls are pretty nice. There are 3 more versions of this controller, if I haven't already mentioned it. There's the Moga Pro, I definitely mentioned that. There's also 2 more, though, and one of them is kind of like this, except it's a little more expensive and it has a D-pad. The other one is another version of the Pro. The Pro is essentially a recolored Xbox 360 controller. It has triggers and everything, and has a better D-pad from what I've seen. But I think that's like $50, so I wouldn't recommend that for an Android controller. If it worked with your PC, that'd be great. It did have a USB port, but still, I'm not entirely sure there's like even some kind of fix that's even existing yet. Might want to check this out. And I really apologize for this god-awful camera. It looks so much better on the phone. Ugh. But yeah, I'm dying horribly, but Sonic CD, it runs really well, plays well. I mean, obviously, your experience may vary of how well it runs because I'm playing it on my phone. Okay, I think this is a good time to wrap it up and show you my final thoughts. So I think you guys can tell by now that I really like this thing. I mean, it feels nice, it's solid, it fits in your pocket just perfectly. But I do hope that the defection issue is just limited just to, a couple of controllers, and it's not widespread. I hear this thing didn't receive very good reviews on launch. I'm assuming it's because it was probably like $40, and that's what put some people off. But, a controller, as a controller for, like, if you can get it for less, I would highly recommend it.
It feels good. Buttons are nice. Another thing is that it will not work for if I mentioned it, Mac, PC, all that stuff. Android only. Alright. Now, the other controller, I believe, is the Moga Hero Pro Pocket, whatever. I don't know. Again, it's like this, but it has a D-pad, so you might want to check out that one. But again, if you can get this one, if you get one for cheaper, I mean, I hear that one might have been like $70. I'm not sure if that's entirely true. But this is good. This is a good controller. It is damn good, and I can recommend it wholeheartedly. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.